it is me, BDevine, and I'm just getting my looking good. So wait a second. We're going to see these old cards down here. So, all right. So today we're doing some Lenormand. We are also going to look at the Kipper cards, and this is for October 2020, right? So what I'm doing it this way so that we don't get the videos being way long, and at the same time people can pick and choose what they actually want to look at. So it's a shame you can't see all my nice candles, but them's the breaks, as they say. Okay, hopefully we're going to get some incense coming in. Okay, so for October 2022, we are going to get these Kipper and Lenormand cards as well. I'm also going to just start with the Conscious Spirit deck just to get some nice messages going for us. All right, so let me shuffle these up. Okay. The Lenormand cards are really powerful as well. And I'm thankful to those people who have signed up already for the tarot course. In the future, I will also teach Lenormand because it's very, well, you don't really hear of many people teaching about it or even showing you Lenormand cards. And when they do, it's just very generic. There's so much information that you can get out of them. So we will be doing a bigger study today. Okay, what does everybody need to know for October 2022? We're working on our sacral. Oh, and by the way, on the 10th of October, I will be, I'm pretty sure it might be live. Yeah, I'm on the Wizard of Oz, the Fool's Journey. It's a journey through the tarot. And I'm going to be on there doing a section talking about a particular card. I'll leave it a surprise. And so I will link that when I have all the links for it, etc. And we're just going to do a talk on it. And you may remember my Wizard of Oz deck of cards, real big ones. Well, it's the author of those. So we'll have a good old laugh and a conversation. All right. All right, here we go. Okay, a few things going on here in these cards. Okay. It's the only trouble with big cards is that they're so big. All right. Okay, I have got, oh my Lord, so much to share. It's not even funny. All right, so I'll just do the best that I can with each of these messages today. So we're doing October 2022, okay? The energy is focused in our sacral chakra. It is focused on our ascension process. It is focused on reaching out and, you know, asking for help, uniting humanity right here. It is working on the elements of the nature, elemental beings. So we've got the nature spirits, which is connected very much with the crystal energy. We have reaching for our dreams and celebrating life here. So this is like on a shamanic level. Okay, celebrating every day, honoring and respecting all life on Mother Earth. So a lot of us are feeling or experiencing symptoms going on in our body due to the sun, of course, and the sun's energies, right? Whoops. Due to the sun and the sun's energies. So what this does for me is I actually get a physical dent in my head. When the sun is doing a nice big solar flare, or, you know, the EMFs are really strong, or there's other subtle things, I get this dent in above my eyebrow. It's usually on my right side and towards my third eye, and it's like a dent until I acknowledge it and just allow it to move through, right? So what we're experiencing throughout our body for October 2022 is going to be quite intense. So you're going to have to learn to roll with it, right? Roll with it a little bit more. Use your crystals. Use your high vibrational crystals, right? Use, for me, you know, I use a lot of the crystal spheres in all different types because of the fact that you can just get your hands around them, you know, and really focus in. And I'll remind myself to do a message. I also have, that will be coming on sale, are the lava kite, which are UV reactive. So, you know, this all lights up. I wish I had the UV, but it really lights up. Kids seem to love those ones. But anyway, really need to focus ourselves on grounding. We're reaching out to help humanity. We're going to be helped in this process. And we're reaching for our dreams. We're focused on where we're going. We are focused on being in nature as much as possible as well to help us to ascend. The other thing is the energy of the sexual chakra, the sacral chakra here, navel chakra. It's very much connected, obviously, with our early life, our childhood, how we saw things, how we saw relationships, okay? How we experienced later on in life. Also, you know, our reproductive systems and organs, etc. The second layer of our auric field. It is very much connected in with how we nurture. You know, feeling comfortable in your own skin. You know, if you constantly reject your physical body, it will play up. It will reject that energy, you know, and you're going to have a problem in one way or another. So there's a sensation with this particular area of understanding our fears, our phobias, understanding grief that we've pushed down into this area. I had a lot of problem with my reproductive system in my 20s and at 24, having, you know, cervical cancer in there without even knowing that that was going on. And a whole lot of problems, a whole lot of fluid was trapped in my body. There were so many exploratory surgeries that happened. You know, I had my legs stripped when I was like 23 and, you know, like the veins. Oh, yeah. I'm just thinking about it. Right? And, you know, that, and then I was getting that happening. I had, you know, the problems with my ovaries. I had problems with my, the cervix, okay, when you have cervical cancer. So it was like black. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, this is just all of a sudden. So, you know, after my third son, finding out, you know, there was a problem after he was born. You know, some of the placenta was left. I know this is gross, but they didn't get all the placenta out and some was left inside. So it was festering, la, la, la. So when they did this clean out kind of thing, that's when they discovered. So I guess if that hadn't have happened, I wouldn't have been able to get onto it and get rid of it, you know. So that's a long time ago now, when I was 24. But I had to address, you know, in my own life, I had to address what had happened to me. If you read my About Me, you can kind of get an idea of what had happened to me and all of the sensations that come with that. When something happens to you as a kid, it's one thing to say, oh yeah, you know, I was just a kid, it wasn't my fault, blah, blah, blah. We all know that. But the way in which you react to life, the way in which your body reacts as you're growing older, is really going to show you where there's this trapped pain. Now, we have to recognize and release, work with our crystals, continue to see our worth, because if your, you know, sacral chakra is not very good, it's not very balanced, then you won't feel very worthy of many things as well. So yeah, October 2022, celebrating life. I think there are going to be quite a number of changes. They all started a while ago, started to build momentum in September. We know that a lot of things happen behind the scenes, but we also know that there are going to be things that happen on the surface. And my next video will be the Nostradamus readings for October. And Patreon, if you're a patron, not only do you get discounts, but I give you your own separate readings that do not get played on anywhere else, only for patrons. It's only $5 per month, and you will always get 10% off. And you'll also hear about things before anything else. You'll get lots of links to things and Zoom calls with me. I mean, we do a whole lot of stuff. I also do try to supply you your own readings a couple of times a month, or if I can't, meditations or whatever it is that I can give you. So you get so much for basically a cup of coffee. So I appreciate that, because that would help me to be able to help people for free. If the patrons went up, then I can actually personally go and help people for free, because it's taking care of it, see? So, and train these people to get these wellness centers going. Anyway, creation. Earth being helped. This is obvious right here. Earth being helped, connecting to, uniting humanity. This is what we want to do with our light leadership. This is what we want to do. We want to offer the world a chance to actually heal. Not to go onto chemicals, not to go to psychologists and psychiatrists and get onto chemicals, not to go to hospitals, not to be locked up, not to have the serial killers of the world. Everybody's talking about Dharma. And, you know, this is a complete connection or correlation between traumas as a child, neglected as you know, hearing arguments all the time and being neglected and looking after himself. And then developing the dark passenger type of attachment that would talk him into this being okay. You know, so maybe if you want to delve more into the minds and what we could have done to help them, you know, maybe that's something that I will show you. But part of the light leadership is what I would like to do is be able to go into these jails, be able to talk to people. I actually have a doctor that my husband and I have connected with, who is very much on side with all that I'm teaching here, very much interested in the way that a medical procedure basically can be the same if you think of it happening as it actually happening. Of course, you have to be really, really trustful and really, really prepared for that, and lots of things to be trained on. But, you know, you can get yourself out of all kinds of things. And psychosis doesn't have to be something where we block this or we block that in a person's makeup, in a person's body. Because years ago, they didn't, you know, have so many interferences with psychological problems, because they didn't have the tablets, they didn't have the part of it, they didn't have the fast food, they didn't have the chemicals, they didn't have the bioengineering, they didn't have the all the pesticides, right? And these things really trigger things inside of your entire chemistry and makeup, and your body is rejecting it. Okay, but again, all services with me, BDevineonline.com. You can also look at some articles on DevineMiracles.com. You can learn how to do all this by becoming a light leader. You can make payments. You can do all kinds of things. You can get discounts if you're a patron, which is a very big saving when you're trying to join the Light Leaders Academy, is to, you know, get 10%, even 15% off your stuff before you've even started. Really big saving. Anyway, I have to tell you about it because I don't have any other way, I'm afraid. Okay. what we're going to do here is I'm going to get a bit of an analogy from the Kipper cards. Okay, we'll start with those and then we're going to move into Lenormand. And I'm going to do 2 different packs of Lenormand today, just to see if we get the same or very similar messages. Okay. So, what do we need to know, Kipper? Okay. Marriage community. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to, well, okay, we'll just start with these 2 cards. Right, so the first thing here is marriage is actual marriage, obviously, connected with somebody else that you love, okay? Or it also amplifies, because it's come up next to the community, it's amplifying a connection with social activity. So it's amplifying the community who knows you. For example, what I'm talking about here, you know, I'm able to do a Google campaign now, which I wasn't 2 weeks ago. And I was able to open this up. Then now that that's happened, they're asking me to verify who I am. So they're trying to put a block on things again, but it's not going to work. But for example, people are starting to come to YouTube. They're seeing my shorts, they're seeing my quick videos, and it's building an interest again in Divine Miracles, right? Which is awesome because the young ones are very impressionable. And so they will just listen to anything and really trying to change that. So in this message, this is about community, understanding your love and your commitment, social networks, social media, your friends, your family, etc. Starting to get to know that they can rely on you, right? For some people, there's an actual wedding that everyone's coming to. It's obvious. But I just wanted to point out that there's nothing obvious in these Kipper cards. I've got to relay to you all of the things that I think. People, this may be something at work where there's some kind of partnership, contract, and a recognition for hard work. You've put all this work in. Okay. So the main female, or the female that you have on your mind, this may be someone in the community. This may be someone that you're connected with or have been connected with. This may be the main female, maybe it's a sister, right? Or your mother in the house. Okay. Now we have with this, the main female in your energy here, but we have this falseness. Okay. Is this a false person in the community, or does it go along with the main female? So we want to find out more about this, because it doesn't necessarily mean that the main person in your life is someone who's false. You've got to be careful when you're doing these readings that you're not, you know, in other words, you don't want to tell anyone if someone's cheating or if someone's like not really your friend, because you don't know 100% that that's what you're talking about or who you're talking about, right? So what we do then is we're going to find out a little bit more information. So who is the false person? Now we know they're connected to the main female in your life, but who's this false person? Okay, someone who exited, someone left. Okay, this is a mature male. So someone, the false person is connected to a female in your life. You as a female or someone in your life, they were connected to you. They left your life. Okay. And this could be someone connected with or is a mature male. So this was someone a little older than you. They left your life. Their life possibly expired, or you suddenly just dissolved or contact. Now I want to know what this means also in a worldwide sense, because we're looking at everyone and everything. And so far we have the falseness of a mature male, an older male with grey hair, and that something has occurred or will occur, and maybe there's going to be a complete ending of this situation, which affects everybody around the globe. We've got the globe right there. Again, we want to know more. Okay, you see how this builds up? Okay, something to do with something legal. Okay, which brings us into a place of concern. Okay, so again, adjudication can be about actually standing in front of a judge and getting married, right? But we ask specifically about this. This could be relating to someone's death, where there's inheritance stuff going on, or there will be a death of someone with a mature male with dark hair around the globe. Okay, sorry, not dark hair. He once had dark hair, now grey, white. And it's bringing a concerning situation. Again, we want to have a look a bit more. What else can you tell us about this concern? Okay, there's an expectation. Can you tell us about the children, expectation, children? All right, so on more levels here. God. On other levels of, let me just think of all the bigger areas that this could actually be. This could be going to court over your child. This could be concern over children. Okay. This could be a mature man being involved with children. There's the adjudication. There's going to be like a judgment, and there's an end to it, right? Now, this expectation is a funny, because this is actually coming from another card which says big hope, big water, which was where it used to be called. So this means a waiting period when this is coming up, usually over the next 3 months. However, this is not the card that is at the end of the reading, right? So we don't give any timing to it as well. So this is about your hope, big water, wishes. Be patient. In love situations, it can also mean that you're wishing for a partner and you might have to wait. You have to be patient. It's on all levels. Now, the child being here, some people may have to be patient literally about a child. Okay. All right. So let me just look. So the child has come up. A new beginning, a new project, a new job, a new love. It's like you're waiting. You have this expectation. But because it comes with the adjudication, a fresh start. Okay. All right. So we're saying goodbye to one area of life, and a fresh start is beginning. And we have an expectation of that being the case. See? Okay. More information, please. October 2022. Work, occupation, poverty. Okay. So when this comes out like this, people freak out. You don't need to. Oh, great. Now I'm going to have no money. Don't do that. Okay. What this means in a bigger sense is that there is a situation of what you're doing perhaps in your occupation. It's not really bringing you the fullness of happiness, okay? So you feel the sensation of poverty or loss of happiness here. That you're only working so you know, you don't end up on the street, right? You're doing everything you can to stay afloat right now because of maybe your own family, okay? And everyone has this expectation of what you should be doing. So you're working your guts out. See, I find to myself, you know, a break for me is not being on phone calls or doing, you know, professional readings for others. Doing these videos and doing these readings, to me, is having a break. I know that sounds funny because I'm always here, but it's having a break. I do have things that I want to get completed, like every single day. And I just couldn't do, like, I couldn't do my day without. I've been up since about 3:30 this morning because I was done sleeping. I was done. I was like, okay, I'm getting up. I can have an hour or so. The babies, the pups will get up. They'll have their breakfast. I'll be able to go down and get started while they're in their morning nap. It's like having babies, right? But there's something here about everybody's occupations or everybody being fearful of having nothing. And we cannot stay in that energy. We cannot, no matter what we see, no matter how difficult it appears, no matter who's threatening this and who's threatening that. We have to remember that the light is already won. There's things that are going to happen. Sure, it might get bad for a while, but, you know, we have to hold our energy vibration on what we want to have happen, not on what, because that's so tired of fear mongering and people saying, oh, I've got a channeled message, and it's all doom and gloom and, oh, let's do this, and I've already got the cards out. Look, if someone has got the cards out in a card reading and they're like, oh, these cards just came out, I can guarantee you that they sat there figuring out what the card reading would be, and then they press record. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's a mistake. You've got to, you know, you all see everything that I do. Everything is done on camera, on the spot. I don't have any time to say, oh, I know what's coming up, you know. It's got to be on the spot. So we got to stop worrying, okay? Look, people are bringing it into their house. But look, wouldn't you rather bring great fortune into your house? I can tell you that you can't have great fortune if your mindset is on poverty. It just cancels the other one out. All right, but this great fortune card, we want to see it. We want to see this coming up, especially if the wealth card comes up pretty quick here. Okay, so where's this fortune coming in? Okay. Okay, it's because we're getting rewarded. We are getting rewarded for our hard work. We're getting rewarded for the work that we've done that nobody sees. We're getting rewarded for connecting together, you know, bringing people together. Okay? And maybe there's someone who is able to finally help you, you know, because of your despair. Okay? Here comes the military. When I see the despair card, it's very temporary. It's nothing to worry about. See? Now that's Queen Victoria on there. This is where this comes from, the Victorian age. See, unexpected income from distant horizons. From something that you are just not expecting here. Okay. Where's the unexpected income? It's a gift. Okay. You are not expecting it. You are getting honored for the work that you've done. You know that people are not just the ones that notice you, that notice that you're a warrior. Okay? Spiritual beings of light are noticing what you are personally doing to try to help. And people think to themselves, I'm not really doing anything, you know. I'm not working, or I'm not doing anything to help really right now. Just a moment. But the difference is that your spiritual light team sees where your heart is and sees where you're trying to focus on light around the globe, focus on blessings for others, focus on change, focus on deep healing, right? And you're going to be rewarded, which means come from anywhere. The angels will use people as angels, right, to come into your life. There may be a journey coming up for you. A journey for you and a masculine energy here. Okay, which may have to do with this gift. You know, you've got to figure things out. You're being rewarded. Traveling, perhaps. Thinking about it. Someone's thinking about you, or someone is stuck here. Someone connected to the main masculine energy in your life. Okay, it's stuck here. Imprisonment doesn't always mean jail, although it looks like it there. It's being stuck in thoughts, or there's just like a mountain card. You can't move forward right now. Oh my, sudden wealth. On the pathway. Okay. Okay. So, a lady who's privileged, you find along your pathway of choice. Okay. Someone that you're connected to. Maybe someone that you're listening to in one way or another has things that are happening that are concerning. Perhaps, you know, finding out that suddenly there's some money for you, or a change in circumstances, or a new life opportunity can make you feel scared and concerned. Like, this has got to be a joke, right? We've got to be open to things happening, because I'm telling you there are. Okay. Who's got the bad health? This is a male. You see, I feel like this is the same mature man. This is the same mature man right from the start. Because of that person's passing or ending the situation, or because of an elderly person suddenly dying, leaving, there's going to be compensation, but it's going to come in an unexpected way. And you're going to be concerned, because you're going to be, you know, this is in a bigger sense as well, feeling like, well, when's the other shoe going to drop? Like, you know, I might be getting this, but what do they want from me? And the answer is nothing. Okay. House. So we're all here about this news. It's going to bring change, obviously, very quickly. Going to get messages after messages. Going to feel connected here. There's the thief going to court. So whoever's stolen, whoever thinks that they're getting away with their bad behavior, who's been lying and not telling the truth, regardless of where this is around the globe, regardless of where this is, they are not getting away with it. This just continues to come up. The last card is this mature woman as well. So there's a older woman, there's a older male who are not going to with what they've done. There's other younger people as well, I feel, that no one's suspecting any foul play from. That's going to come out. It's all coming out. This is the 23rd. This is the 6th here, and the 23rd be important days for October. But there is going to be court. There is going to be paperwork for some of you. Legal ramifications. Karma is a big karma is totally at play, okay, for October. So let's call it the month of karma being played out. So remember, September was overturning so many things, and now this is a month of karma being played out. All right. Pretty interesting. Okay. Righty. 1 second. So, I know perhaps I should spend some clean up the mess in here. Okay. Oh, the Lenormand. Okay, Lenormand cards. Madame Lenormand. Actually, where is my big box set? Oh, found it. Never mind. I have the golden Lenormands. I have some Celtic ones as well. Actually, I might get the Celtic ones in a minute. Okay, that'll be interesting. I have Bluebird. I have my own little deck I made. I've got a few different sorts. Okay, but I'm going to use the big, massive fairy ones today because we are going to be focused right in the middle of the screen. Okay. Now, the Kipper was telling us that basically there is going to be a change. There's going to be a connection with someone's loss. There's going to be thieves that are getting caught. There will be court cases. There will be things come out of court cases. There will be things that we will, as a community, are going to be connected together with. Okay. There are some that are going to be in a state where they are very, very scared. There may be imprisonments coming up here. Something else was coming into my mind. But we mustn't lose sight of what we really want to see here. Okay. Okay, October 2022. October 2022. I think the dogs have got a cat up the tree. Oh my God. All right, October 2022. I'm sorry, but I have to wait until I'm told to stop shuffling since I don't want to be, bringing out the same sort of messages. All right, or if they're meant to come out, they'll come out. Are you ready? Here we go. Here comes the message. See, a message about an ending. You see? There's an ending here. It's come right up. This is no joke when it comes up in these new cards, right? Okay, so when we have, now remember we're going to be looking at many different sort of ways of doing this here. So when we have the guys, there is, in some places there's an interruption in correspondence. Okay, there's a correspondence of loss, something where, you know, something is returned to you, whatever that is. Okay. Now, we don't have any reverse cards when we're doing this, but this is a news of loss, okay, of a male. It's definitely a male. Okay, this could be someone who was trading overseas. I guess we'll find out a little bit more here. This could be a letter coming from overseas about someone's passing, and it could be a male. I really hope it's not anything to do with my children or anybody that I know. So we have the ship with the sky. Yeah, see, it's something about an accident here. Someone who is a traveler or a pilot, a captain, someone who may have been born or whose family are from overseas to where they currently live. Okay, well, let's just keep going. Far out. See, now I've got a snake going on with it. Okay, whoever this was, it's not, you know, when you have these all together, this was not really someone that we could rely on anyway. Okay, this is worldwide energy. I'm going to look at the snake, and snake coming up here with the bear. See, a thief has come up here. Someone. This can be talking about financial troubles. This is someone who is a liar, someone that cheats. It is someone who has a lot of issues on their trip. If there is a trip coming up, this may be the accident that happens here. Okay, we'll find out. We'll figure this out as we're going along. See, with the Lenormand, you need to look together, okay? There's a Russian one as well I've got. Okay. Okay, so what's this snake, this bear? Comes the health. It's got to do with the freaking tower. I knew it. Oh, okay. So the snake, the tower, in case you don't know, is connected with government agencies like the IRS, the actual government, the presidents, prime ministers, Supreme Court can also come up here, as well as schools and, you know, educational systems. Okay, now, when we have a snake in the tower, the snake is not someone that you can trust. And it's a male who's in here. So we're really seeing some stuff going on here. So the snake can also indicate someone, the tower can indicate someone who's tall. The snake can indicate a feminine influence as well. So it could be a male and female government. Now this is prison. This is also prison. Legal problems. Corporate corruption. It also has to do with the tree, which can be also talking about hospital. Because the tree, right? So the tree, oh my God, the tower coming up like this. This is, wow. So this can also be contagious illnesses and sexually transmitted diseases. We did see this, I don't know, last month maybe, come up in the readings and nothing happened. Except for at the end of September, they announced a new strain of virus, okay, in Australia, which was really dangerous, so they said. So this could be something that they're trying to use a little bit more, because in the United States, the midterm elections are coming up in November. So they're going to try to downplay a lot of things in one way and ramp up things in another way. So I wouldn't be surprised if the prices of things start to go down a little bit and we get a little bit of a reprieve, just to sucker people in to believing, wow, what a wonderful job. And then all of a sudden the midterms are over and it goes back to crap, right? So the other thing is, by stopping people from being able to vote in person and creating some other contagious disease, then we have that happening, those conflicts happening. Okay? So if you haven't watched 2000 Mules, you might want to watch that. You may have to go to Telegram, you know, download the app Telegram and then look it up, and I'm sure you'll be able to find it. They don't want us to all see it, of course, but there's quite a few things to show you that there was something going on. Now, this is what it looks like going on here a little bit, where there's something sneaky, because we can't trust the snake, but the snake and the venom, the snake and the poison. One thing that I feel is the way that the C19 seemed to react to people was that you were allergic. You had like an allergic, you had an allergy. There was an allergic reaction in there. I found that a lot. Now, I got a pretty good old dose of it because of the shedding of someone that I hugged that was, you know, jibby-jabbed up to the wazoo. Like 2 days later, boom. So there's something here. Okay, we'll find out a little bit more. Look, you don't even want to know what messages I'm getting. I'm trying my best to remain very, very just calm. Okay. So there could be another health thing that comes out. Okay. All right. Tell us more about the tower, snake, tree. Could be something coming out with religion. And yeah, okay. So here there is an outcome to this. Dreams coming true is that kind of a message. So what else? But there's something related to religion that's coming up too. That may not be exactly what we think. Okay, but we're really going to, hang on a minute. We're really going to go through, like, after this comes out here, like, and we don't really listen to it, or it seems to be affecting only certain people, because that's the other thing. Is like, they're saying that there are things that people are more susceptible to. Keep your immunity high. There are going to be fortunate synchronicities. So even though it may look like doom and gloom at times, we have to remember these are very fortunate cards coming up here. And that energy of the tower and all of those things doesn't seem to stick around for too long before it's gone. This is very lucky, This is very, very in tune with the luck here. Very, very happy. You know, suddenly getting high honors, like it says before, you know, being famous all of a sudden. Everyone knows who you are, perhaps. Okay. All right. Oh my God, the key to our destiny. This is it. Success on every level. I just got to make sure my cards are not upside down. Success on every level. Fame. Wow. Help from a feminine energy, helping you to go forward. Here comes the argument problem. See? You may argue with friends over this whole thing. I can tell you right now that when you're doing something no longer being controlled, like your friends can no longer doing or make you feel bad, or stop you in any way, or guilt you into doing something, when that happens, when your friends find that out, they don't like you. And it's like, well, you know what? If that's the game you're playing, I don't need you. And if you're not happy for my successes and there for me when I fail, you're not a friend anyway, right? And that really hit home to me, especially when I was in Australia and I was in hospital. And I saw there was one person that came to visit me out of the people that I know, right? So I saw right then and there who was who in my life. And it was shocking, absolutely shocking. And that's when you find out, when you're in dire straits, when you can't be the one that goes there all the time, when you can't be the one that will race to your friend and help them or move house for them or stick around with them. You know, they can't move something on their own, or you move them, or you know, fix things so that they can be okay, that you were reliable. And when it's the other way round, if a friend won't do the same thing for you, they weren't your friend. They were just getting what they could get out of you with a smile on their face. Sad to say. But yeah. And the thing is sometimes these people just think that you don't get it. They still think that you're going to just forget about it and, oh, you understood. No. So don't get into any arguments or try to defend yourself. Some people are just going to have to see it with their own eyes. And I really feel like, yeah, this will happen. The world will see. It will have no choice but to see. You know, this has been going on for a long, long time. And we have to remember all of the elements at play. Pluto energy is ripe right now. It's going to be around in November powerfully. Things are going to change powerfully. Okay? It's all going to happen. Okay, the messages are coming in about becoming more stable here. All right, so, you know, with the anchor, you think of an anchor, it's immovable, isn't it? Right? It's just keeping you where you are. Now, the message that comes in could be some kind of representative that connects with us all. Maybe for some of us, we're going to get an extra phone calls. And so I know my phone, as soon as I've given my phone out somewhere, it doesn't stop. My phone's always on silent. So if you know who I am, just have to leave a message or text me. I don't answer my phone very often at all. It's just how it is. If it's an unusual number, I'm not answering it. So we also have the crossroad with the anchor. And this is independence and confidence. Okay. And as well. So we start to feel better quickly. If you look at it, it's very quick. Because I'm doing these on the spot, sometimes I'll look back and watch the video with my husband. I'll be like, oh, I should have said this or that. So I'm trying to think of everything I need to say as we go along. When it comes to happiness. See, we're going to be happy about all this bullshit finishing, aren't we? Aren't we going to be so glad that we can get back to not normal, because really things were failing, okay, before all of this nonsense. It was getting out of hand. Crime was, out of hand as well. People were just acting like lunatics. But isn't it going to be fine where you can travel, you can go and do stuff, and you're actually able to do so? For me, I want to take my husband to Australia and I want to visit my children. Please, I just want that happen. I found out some really good news about my Australian passport because the renewal system over here is ridiculous when you're overseas. And I found out I'm able to mail in my renewal and, all of the documents that they're asking for, and I can get it done that way. Before, we had to go to Los Angeles or Texas. Those were our only two options, or Washington or New York, and make an appointment, which is impossible to make an appointment on the website. I was just trusting that, look, something was going to come about. And Monday morning when I checked, because I check really early in the morning on Mondays, and you can go to the portal early in the morning and see if there's any slots open. And I went and they said from the October 3rd, which was Monday, you can now mail in your renewal for your passport, because it's basically one sheet. I am who I am, get my photos taken, it's done, right? Anyway, the energy here is we are going to be so glad when this is finally finished, when these corrupt people are gone, okay? When we see the action take place. Because so many people talk about, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, this date and that date. We cannot give dates. I can say, here's a general thing for October. Here's what I'd like to happen in a week. I'm putting the focus on a week, or blah, 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 blah. About as close as you're going to get. There is ways of doing timings in the tarot. But then again, all it takes is one person to suddenly have a really, right? However, after you've been doing these readings for a long time, you get pretty good at it. So there's something wonderful with the transition energy here. Wonderful. The news is coming in. Okay, again, it's connected with a child. So this is a new start. Or children coming forth saying, hey, this person did this, this, and this, and this to me. There may be a group of them. But I feel like it's a new start right now as we speak. Because there has been a cloud. There has been a cloud over everything. Everything's been a smog or a smear. Talked about that before. Now, this has to do with retirement people who should be retired, let's put it that way. Right? It's very, seeing the clouds come up here. See, someone who's mentally, because you have the clouds. Seniors. Oh my God. That's who we're hearing about, and we get a fresh beginning. Okay. Someone's very scared right now. Very worried about all the news that's coming. And what am I talking like that for? I don't know. The news that's coming forth is making this older person very, very nervous. This is a person, like with the lilies coming out here, one, that is needing a nursing home. Two, is unwell. Three, has lived out their lifetime and is ready to retire. Four, has been going through dementia, Alzheimer's, something similar. What the heck is I was going to say and together. So an See the mental confusion, the nervous anxiety, the stress about information that we receive causes this kind of very... And it's not for us, it's for people that we're looking up to help us. It's going to cause some problems at home. It's going to cause people to be grumpy about it. Okay? There's definitely going to be some kind of announcement, and I feel like this announcement happens outdoors, right? When it does happen. Now, when's the Super Bowl? Isn't the Super Bowl in the United States? Isn't that on like Thanksgiving weekend or something? Is that when the Super Bowl is? Let me figure this out real quick. Super Bowl, because that's coming into my mind. Super Bowl 2022. Right? That November? Huh? No, it was on Sunday, the February the 13th. Hang on, what about 2023? Okay, Sunday, February 12th. There's a game on Thanksgiving because everyone's eating their turkey and stuff in their face. Football. Hang on, let me see. Thanksgiving? The day after Thanksgiving? The Black Friday game. Holy crap. Okay. Which comes a day after the NFL's traditional 3-game Thanksgiving lineup. Wow. The Black Friday game? November 24th. Thanksgiving schedule. Okay. The Bills and the Lions, November 24th. The Giants, woohoo, and the Cowboys, November 24th. The Patriots and the Vikings, November 4th. Okay. There's something about the football game, definitely, and it has to be the Thanksgiving thing. Giants, Cowboys, Patriots, Vikings. Thanksgiving Day football. Okay. So the Cowboys and the Detroit Lions join Thanksgiving football games. Okay. Now, 1 second. So, So the World Games were in July. The Summer Olympics, the World Games. Okay, sorry everybody. Just 1 second. So the World Games, what about, isn't it every... There's something I'm being made to do here. Hang on. So the Commonwealth Games finished August 8th. Isn't that funny? Australia got 67 gold. Wows. England got 57. So Australia won the Commonwealth Games. Yeah. Okay. All right. So there's no big games happening. There's the Asia Cup and things like that. Olympic Games will be in Beijing. They've already been. Wow. Winter Olympics. Okay. For whatever reason, there's some kind of announcement at some kind of sporting arena. And I was just trying to look around the globe and see what was happening. In the United States, it feels to me that it's a Thanksgiving thing, November, okay. But it could be something, it doesn't mean that it has to be November since we're doing an October reading, but there could be something that happens in October at some kind of stadium, arena, or outdoor event that is extremely important, okay. It's extremely important for information. There's some kind of rally, outdoor thing going on here. Okay, comes the abundance. Wow, gratitude, abundance coming in. We're going to be very grateful for this change of residence here. Harmony. Okay. Wow. So the 21st and the 25th are also extremely important. Now the 21st is when there's probably going to be some kind of delay or announcement of, okay, we've got a new strain, or okay, we've got something going on. But there's also a commitment to us to get out of that as well. Like, I don't think many people are really buying this anymore, you know. There needs to be people held accountable. And that's what we're all kind of waiting to see, whether they're actually going to do it. And I feel there are going to be people restrained. Absolutely. So the is that 24th. My son moves into his new house on the 21st. Okay. All right. So now, straight out of the gate, we have we have the scythe. Okay. Now I'm going to ask this quite specifically here. All right. We are going to look at the tower. Okay. And then I'm going to finish up because I don't want to hold you up for too long. We do have Nostradamus cards coming up, but I want to be thorough about this. Okay. All right. Want to be thorough about this. Okay. So, what is happening with the world leadership? What is happening? I'm getting my legs uncrossed. When you want to seriously have a flow, uncross your legs. What is happening with the world leaders? What is happening with the world leaders? October 2022, give us the answers. World leadership. World leadership 2022. Okay. I'm just doing it this way for a moment because I want to get a more thorough look. Okay, there he is. World leadership 2022. They're the two, male, female. World leadership. It seems to me that there's something balancing here. This looks good. I feel like the energy focus here is of someone who is connected to really helping us. Someone who is connected overseas or overseas trade, something similar. Something that we've been thinking about, wanting to have happen, focusing on, feeling or sensing within ourselves is going to occur. And there's going to be some kind of harmony here when this vibration starts to come in. When the world leadership, you know, starts to be held accountable for certain things. It seems to me that we have allies. Also, it seems that there's a fresh start. But intuitively, we know what this is, right? We will have choices. But we're going to be really happy with it. I mean, this is showing ultimate happiness, ultimate healing. There is no showing here of damage or World War III or anything like that. I'm really sick of people saying that. Because, okay, so even on a bigger scale, right? I have some people who have family over in Ukraine, and they are terrified and have been, okay? And all I can say the one thing that keeps on coming into my mind, and has since the very first time in what, February this year, is that if this guy in Russia, if he really wanted to actually destroy the Ukraine, don't you think he would have done that in like a day, 2 days tops? You know what I mean? Like if he was just all about, let's just destroy the Ukraine, let's just blow it up, we're done. That's exactly what would happen, wouldn't it? Think about it. So there's something else going on. You have to ask yourself that question. You know, what is really going on? And I am sure we're going to find out. Okay. See, here comes the harmony. Here comes the decisions. Here comes the masculine energy. And then we've got a snake going on here. Oops, excuse me. Got the hiccups. See, we got a snake, we got to change the residence. Key to our destinies right here. Information. Gratitude, help, assistance, change. It's coming, everybody. My God. I really need to do a channeled message on it as well, and really sit and write some things down. That there's more to all of this than meets the eye, right? It's just how it is. It's how things have been. That we're being fed little bits and pieces of information, but it really doesn't add up. Okay, final thing. I don't want to annoy you guys too long. Okay, let's take a look. This is our representation of us. I'm going to use the crystals, and I have to bring everything close. We don't want to lose anything outside this circle, okay, of what we need to know. I also am going to start to get some charms and things, so I can do the charm readings as well. Those are cool. Okay, what do we all need to know? Okay, I'm going to have a quick look which one fell. Oops. And yesterday, you would not believe, okay, so our hematite fell out. So that's our grounding. Yesterday, this feather, so I'm cleaning up the backyard. This feather, I came inside, okay, after doing it, and I came inside and I was like making some soup for supper. I came inside and I felt this itching in my head. I am telling you now, that particular feather was stuck in my hair. Completely stuck in my hair, like twisted up in it. It was unbelievable. So, message, okay? This is us. I'm going to get a look at this read. Okay, try to get it. So what we're going to do is anything outside, like this one. There's a few, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway, they're outside the ring, and they're not things that we're going to be worried about. So we're not looking at those. That's fine. That's in the distance. Okay. All right. The one thing that I'm sort of seeing straight away is communication. Okay, so there's this energy of communication right here. This is focused on you being able to communicate. This is connected with your throat chakra, and you are communicating really, really well. You get your point across, even if it doesn't seem that way. That you're going to find yourself in a place of much happier heart vibration here. Like, so the heart is focused on joy. And when your heart is in balance, then your organs are in balance. When your heart is overactive, then your organs start to, well, you become extra hyperactive, you become anxious, you become worrisome, you may not be sleeping very well, etc. Your whole body goes through a rush, so to speak. Energy of too much happiness. And there's an opposite energy of depression, melancholy, right? But you're going to feel a little bit more harmonious. Now, you had to get rid of, wow, you really had to let go of something big and chunky from your life, for sure, something that was pushing or weighing its way on you. However, you have so many good things coming in. Abundance is coming in. Changes are happening. Choices are you're going to have to make choices. The right things for you are going to come up. There's an energy here of this past vibration, right? And as kind of like what I was talking about, like people pretend to be your friend because they want something out of you. And then when you need their help, it's like crickets, okay? It's like there's something that's still hanging on here, right? You haven't let go of it completely. I guess you're hoping for the best, or you're making excuses for this friend or this person in your life. Oh, well, it wasn't that, it was that. And they had something going on, or, they had their own health problems at the time, or, they don't have any money, so, do you know what I mean? You may be making excuses, and you see, like it's connected in with you. I feel like for a lot of you that you want the best, you want abundance, and you want healing. And this is definitely coming in very quickly as well. It feels to me that the people that you've gotten or let go of, it was really long overdue. There's transitions taking place as well. Like this is pretty interesting, this particular rock crystal, of like something opening up to you also. Changes in your environment, the angels and guides closely. New friends are coming in as well. There's people that are coming from a distance to connect with you. You're going to perhaps travel or go on some kind of journey, which will also be important as well. There's a sense of, to be honest, a sense of exhaustion. And perhaps there's, I know a lot of people are going through talking about. Just remember that your angels are always listening to you. I feel like opportunities are coming very quickly. Things are changing very quickly. We're going to have to be aware of our focus, what we are investing our time in. What are we investing in right now? Is it worth our time? Okay. Is it worth it? Whatever you're doing. Is it wasting time, or is it worth it? Is it going towards what you want to have in the future? Or is it going against that kind of thing? Interesting. I do feel like all of us, as you can see, the crystals are sort of all coming in. There's a few things that you've, scattered out, but everything's coming in. The energy is coming towards you, thick and fast. Just remember, we're going to be doing the Nostradamus and other readings for the moons and things. That patrons, you're also getting your reading coming up here soon too. We'll be able to connect on Zoom, and it will be like a question and answer time. Okay, everybody. I guess that's it. Make sure that you're connecting and grounding. Do the declarations that I have. Do some of these meditations. Really start having it as part of your everyday life, okay, as well. And I will see you really, really soon. Sending love, many blessings. Bye for now.